Okay,
Yeah.
what if the man of your dream has everything that you want and the sex is a 5?
Oh God.
You're staying, you're living.
If he's like the man of my dreams,
Yeah, you got everything else that you want.
I would see.
Noel, meet Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi, Noel.
How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
How's the day going so far?
My day is wonderful. It's a Saturday, beautiful day in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I woke up from a good nap right before I came here to be well rested for this.
We love naps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about yourself, Patrick.
What would you like to know?
Well, where are you from? What's your age?
I am originally from Oxnard, California. I'm 35 years old. Mm-hmm. I am an entrepreneur and an artist.
Okay.
How about you?
I am 34 years old. I am originally from Los Angeles, California, and I work in aviation.
What do you fly?
I'm not a pilot. That would be fun. But no, I work for a management company managing private jets.
Got it.
Yeah. So I'm more like admin on the finance side of things.
More behind the scenes and making sure everything's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're single?
Yes.
Okay, what are you looking for?
And I'm assuming you are too?
I am. I would hate for my boyfriend to see me.
Yeah, that'd be terrible, right?
That would be so awkward.
Yeah. That'd be definitely an awkward way to find out on the internet like this.
Yeah.
What am I looking for? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not looking right now, so...
Okay.
Because I can't see you. So... I am, I feel like you just kind of live your life and you will randomly get put into certain situations where you'll meet a particular person and there will be some type of connection and you'll almost like know it instantaneously because I look at all my past relationships that I ever had that were actually like a real thing and it was long term.
Yeah.
Where I would say when I thought about it, like I knew from the first conversation that it was going to be something. Even before like a long time of like hanging out and getting to know each other based off of just the energy that was there and you can just feel that there's something special in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, so you go off vibes, energy, and connection.
Yeah.
I love
I've
that.
always had very good high quality relationships because of that.
Nice, nice. Just very authentic about the way that you go about your life.
Yeah, because I don't personally I don't ever look for anything. I just kind of do what seems interesting to me and anything that I'm interested in, I just go full force at it.
Yeah.
And I kind of just like move through life in that kind of way. So it's never led me wrong and I've gotten myself in a bunch of cool, interesting situations and this, could be one of them. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, that's lovely. I love that. I love that you live your life very, what's for me is for me and it'll come.
Yeah. How about you? What are you looking for?
I feel like I just started back in the dating scene intentionally, just because I know that I do aspire to, have a relationship and build a life with someone. I was getting too comfortable in my singleness. So I said, okay, it's time to start getting out there. And so I think that kind of the same thing, I'm looking for something genuine. I have intention behind meeting people and engaging with people, but I have a very, good understanding of what it is that I'm looking for. And the same as you said, when you know, you know. If you vibe and you click, then that's kind of where you just lean in and venture more into learning somebody.
Right. Well, what do you find most important?
I find most important the foundation of a person, the characteristics, because I believe that is what comes up anytime life challenges happen, or that's who you're going to be doing your day-to-day life with.
Yeah.
So I love a very confident man, a very sure man within himself. I feel like in my experience with past relationships, that's a major key, just because I am pretty confident in myself as well. And I can be a bit strong in my personality. Like I'm just very, opinionated, not rude, but just very opinionated and sure about myself. And so I like a man that can, in a sense, if he can handle himself, then he can handle what comes to him. So I do look for confidence first. I love ambition. I find myself to be a very driven and self-progressive person, just always working on self. So I love to see that within my partner as well. And and then someone you can have fun with, laugh with, and just venture with. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta make it fun. Life is challenging enough as is.
Yes.
So the last thing you want to do is have a difficulty in probably your most important relationship you're going to choose in your life because you spend the most time with them. So I do feel like that's very important. But it sounds like in the past you might have dealt with guys that are not confident. Is that what it is? You kind of just have to, it just causes a lot of conflict because of the way you are.
Well, not that they weren't confident. I think that now that I am more so, again, intentionally dating within I'm in my mid-30s. I don't believe that it wasn't that they weren't confident. I think sometimes when you're dating in your 20s, you will date people for either the potential or what they can grow to be. And so I think kind of in that area, which is understandable, the 20s are growing phases for men and women, whether it's growing with yourself, growing in your career choices. And so, I think that when I think of confidence, I think of where, like you said, life can get challenging. And when you're at the bottom of the bottom, I think that it is always important to have a support system around, but I can't do the work for you, to get yourself up and get yourself back. I can be your cheerleader. So that's kind of what I mean in the confidence area of just, picking yourself back up and believing in yourself. I don't, aspire to have a relationship where you burden your partner with your life progressions, if that kind of makes sense. Like, again, I have my partner to support me, but they can't do the work for me.
Right.
So that's kind of what I meant in the confidence area.
Yeah. But you said burden your partner with life progression. So what happens in the case of some kind of like health issue?
Oh, yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, is it like, I just take off because, something difficult came up, so I don't want to be burdened with that? Or is it,
no,
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, so when I think of burden, because again, I believe that, again, when we get in these relationships, and like you said, it's the most important of your life, I believe in true partnership. But I also believe, and it's not health reasons, but let's just give a scenario that if you, you're in your relationship, you're a couple years in, and your partner, let's say they really struggle from something of their past that impacts their present day, whether that, whatever it can be, because we all come with trauma. And so that's what I mean is like, there is a particular point within sharing your trauma where in order to get past it or move forward, maybe you need to go see a therapist. Maybe it's not always just confiding in your partner with no solution to how to get you over what it is that you're struggling with.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm really, I'm under the impression, for myself at least, that it is important to have external relationships outside of your main romantic partnership.
Absolutely.
Because one person cannot be a therapist, a lover, romantic partner, a business partner. I feel like it's just way too much.
Yes.
And I personally like having a romantic relationship. It's almost like an escape from how difficult life can be already. So the last thing you need to do is just have more burden by putting way more pressure on the other person that one human just can't do.
Yeah.
Patrick, I have a question for Patrick.
Yeah.
Oh, for both. On a scale of 1 to 10, how high is your sex drive?
Go ahead, Patrick.
What time of day?
Okay.
It's dependent on time of day and what's going on, but I would say, and also your partner, because there's got to be that sexual chemistry, because if you're very physically and mentally and spiritually attracted to your partner, it's going to be a 10. If you're kind of just physically attracted to them, but you can't stand their personality, it might be like a 6 or 7, just because like the physical aspect is there. And same if like they're not physically attracted, just mentally attracted. It could be, 5, 6, 7. It just depends. Depends on the situation.
Okay. What about you, Noel?
I feel like my natural sex drive probably stays at a 7, and then when my woman be womaning, it could,
Yeah.
elevate up. But yeah, I think that just my natural sex drive alone could be a 7. And kind of piggyback off of Patrick, I mean, I would not commit to someone who I am not spiritually, mentally, and physically attracted to. So I would want my sex drive to remain 7, and then my partner increases that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if the man of your dream has everything that you want, and the sex is a 5?
Oh God.
You're staying, you're living.
If he's like the man of my dreams,
Yeah, you got everything else that you want.
I would still stick it out and see if that is something that, we could find middle ground on. And if being the man of my dreams, to have open communication about our sex life, about what satisfies me or what I would need.
What if it stays a 5?
Okay, then I need some compromise.
What's the compromise?
Well, I guess the compromise would be still finding ways within our relationship that we both get pleasure.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm like, if my sex life stays at a 5, for me, that's a problem, because that means we're not finding other solutions to keep me satisfied as well as you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Patrick?
If it was the one woman of my dreams and the sex was only a 5, that's the question?
Yeah.
I personally don't think that would happen, because I would never even, that relationship probably would have never even became something, in my opinion. And you can just sometimes as you get to know your partner, the sex will improve, in my opinion, because you get more in sync. So I couldn't imagine it just remaining low. And I do feel like if there wasn't a lot of chemistry in that kind of way, that's not even going to be a relationship, in my opinion. It wouldn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have other questions for each other, or?
How do you feel about kids or creating a family, or what is your ultimate, aside from, just being out and about and that they kind of come towards you and you just have a natural connection, do you want to build a family? Are you looking for kids?
Yeah, at some point, I don't have any timeline, I guess, if that's the question that you're asking. I do like kids. Kids like me, they're all constantly emulating me, and I got a little thing going on when I'm doing performing kind of stuff, and the kids are emulating. So I think it's cool personally, and eventually I would love to be a father. But I don't, it really has to be dependent on, we got to be in a certain type of relationship, and it would have to make sense where, we're seeing each other as I can be a mother, I can be a father kind of situation.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the end of the date.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.